In the directory of the Diocese of Baroda, in the milestones, it is written, in 1960, from Broch, the following got to Father Caricas to Talodra, Father Galdos to Jancao, Father Arana to the Diapara, and Father Moreta remains in Broch. I shall say that it is not correct, because in the year 60, no one of them was there. Actually, Father Caricas came there to Broch in the year 61 after tensionship. He was going around the districts of Surat and Broch. Father Arana was there in the year 61 also, before tertianship. And later on, after tertianship, they came back to work principally in the Diapara area. Father Moreta, he came to Broch in the year 1963 and remained there. And Father Galdos came to the area of Jancao in the year 1964, and he started working there. Actually, Father Caricas settled in Talodra in the year 1964. It was the Eucharistic Congress that took place at that time, and many people came there, even from Europe. Father Arana started in the year 1968. In the year 65, I was there, and I went with him till the Diapara. It was the beginning, starting building the place. But in the year 66, the sisters came, and they were without roof, although they were staying there. And the whole thing more or less came completed in the year, I said 68, no, 66 it was completed. Father Galdos later on, more or less in the year 68, completed the buildings in Jancao and stayed there. I came in the year 67, in April. I came to substitute Father Moreta. And at that time, Father Moreta had gone to Spain, and I was staying there, and in the meanwhile, Father Caricas died. So the provincial changed my destination. Instead of being in Amod there, in Kera district, I was appointed to the place of Carica, that it was Talodra for a time being, but with the idea of starting the whole institution at the Jagaria, where already the land has been bought. At that time, there were only two trusts, Catholic Church Broch and Broch Social Service Society. All the work done in the meanwhile, it was done in these two trusts. The money from where came, the money was in common. All the Diapara, Jancao, and Jagaria was done with the common money, and it was in the Catholic Church. And the one who brought that money was Father Galdos. Galdos put at disposal of everybody what he had got, and he did all the work most willingly and happily. So he brought the money, his two brothers, the elder brother, this Lorenzo, and at the same time his twin brother, this Peter. Both of them helping him very much, and much of the work done in Broch, the Diapara, Jancao, and Jagaria was with the money that he brought. So, till the year 71, all was in common. There were no other trusts. And in the year 71, suddenly the whole thing was divided. The reason why? The reason was because the religious trusts had no ceiling act. Means they could buy as much land as they wanted. But suddenly we came to know that this was getting over. And the religious trust were coming into the Sealing Act. To the Sealing Act means that in each the taluka, they have so much land you can own, no more than that. And in the Diapara and Jankau, they had got plenty of land. Now, how to put the whole thing in Catholic Church was not possible. So we divided the whole thing into the Catholic Church branch was divided into Catholic Church de Diapara, Catholic Church Jankau, Catholic Church Jagaria, and remain Catholic Church branch. And the other one, the social work, that it was the Broad Social Service Society, the Baruch Social Service Society, those they remain with Broch and Jagaria. The Diapara took Adivasi Samajit Kendra, and afterwards Samaj the Sebasang was for Jankau. This is the division that took place only in the 71. Till 71, no other trusts were there. In 71, this trust took place. I know this because I was doing the accounts from the time I reached Broch in the year 67. I was doing the accounts. Nobody wanted to do accounts there. They were very generous in the beginning money. Accounts nobody wanted. When I reached there in the year 67, the previous accounts were done in the year 65, and they were done by Brother Saul Abril. And afterwards, I started with that in the 66. I did very badly, but at least I put income and expenditure. They were matching well, so that it was later on where I learned how to make the other things. But till 71, that it was the whole thing. In the 71, I started this Jagaria. But before that, I would like to speak about a big project, great project that we have there of 500 wells, 500 pump sets. In the year 67, a project was started called the 500 wells, 500 pump sets and pipelines. So the finance was done by USAID. USAID at that time had plenty of Indian money because in the famines that had taken before, in those famines, they had sent 10 million tons of grain, and India couldn't pay with foreign, so they paid with Indian money. So they have plenty of money, and they used for many different projects. This one was there. Actually, they give it to us 32 lakhs of rupees. In the year 67, you had to consider that the price of 1 bag of cement was 9 rupees. The price of diesel was 50 paisa. The price of petrol was 90 paisa. To cooperate with that, Miserior gave us for running the project. First of all, 1 jeep and 1 trailer to each of the centers, the Diapara, Jankau, and Jagaria. Later on, they gave it 2 tractors with trailers to each of the centers. Afterwards, 2 compressors that Jagaria didn't need then because there were no rocks in the wells. So it was they gave it to the Diapara and Jankau to use then. And 1 truck of 10 tons, 1 Mercedes-Benz, that usually was used in the Diapara and Jankau. Miserior gave also money to build a godown for each center of 70 feet long, 30 feet broad, and 16 feet high. And also to build in each place a garage of 40 by 20 feet. In May 1967, grain came in for the project. to Netran a full train of 12,000 bags of wheat of 94 kilos each came there, and 4,000 boxes of oil. At that time, the three fathers, Father Moreta was in Spain, the other three fathers were making the retreat in Montau. So I went to Netran to arrange. Thank God there were plenty of godowns there. And the people were much more honest than today. So there was one chacha in Broch, famous, that I was telling him, you see that coming 2,000 bucks, very good, 4,000 bucks, happier man. He didn't get a little like he said, oh, I couldn't manage. No, he will manage, and he managed very well. All these things were put there. In 2 years, the project was completed. This project changed completely the whole atmosphere of Broch district. We did 500 wells and so many pumps. A complete change. The people realized that the fathers are doing here outstanding work of development, and that it was I wanted to put it forward. It is true at that time the daily wages for a worker was 2 rupees a day. 2 rupees a day, and also if you are in a hurry and you wanted to have the work done, first 3 rupees. Principally the Parsi fellows used to do that. But we were given 3 kgs of wheat, 100 grams of oil. So the people were very happy and were working, and that is why that project, it was done very well, because people were ready to work for that amount most happily. So this is the great project that changed completely the whole structure, and the development done in Broch was the greatest that had been done till then, and even till now there was not a project as big as that. Jagaria had a hostel at Talodra, and from the 1965 was working there, first till 4th standard. Later on, another was started at Jagaria, 5th till 7th standard. And later on, started 8th to 11th standard. At that time, this 11th standard was the last year of the studies they are doing secondary. Now, at the beginning, when I started at Jagaria, at that time, the Diapara and Jankau had no high schools. So they sent half of them to Broch. There was father here, there was a region. The half, they used to go to Broch with Father Devasia and Father Thomas, and this, and the other half used to be sent to Jagaria. At the beginning, when I started that hostel, I remember the Shah brothers who were already supplied to the institution thousands of cement bags to make the wells. He told me, for what are you going to make this hostel? I told him, for Adivasis. For Adivasis? They have a very good one there for their own Jain people. I said, for Adivasis, Father, everybody who has worked with them has failed completely, and you also will fail. I didn't believe him, obviously. Not only that, when we reached the SCC, 11 standard, I remember there were 25 boys. And in Jagaria High School, maximum 40% used to pass. About 200 and more students used to come for that exam. So they used to have the 40% maximum. So out of 25, 20, the 20 pass, means I always got 80%. I went with the results to Shah Brothers, Shantilal, and his brother. I told him, see the results. He told me, oh, miracle. No. This is these boys. They thought they couldn't do anything, but we told them they could do it, and they did, and they will do. You see, one day in this great high school, more than 200 boys going for SEC. One of our boys will come first, and he told me, this never. We have so many here, Brahmins, we are here, so Banyas and so on, and with us to have your boy first. It happened. One boy, Champak Lal at Basava, he got first. He got first, and later on became the MBBS, and now has a very good hospital at the Diapara. This is the result of dedication and working for these people. This is later on, we continue going in that education. The main thing was to encourage them, to tell them that you can do it. And this is very important thing. If one student thinks that you can do it, then studies best, and then gets best results. This is my experience of 40 years with working with Adivasi boys, and we are getting excellent results everywhere where I had gone. Because obviously, there is no difference between high and low. And the only just difference had been made by the people. In reality, all are gifted with a good intellect. If we use it properly, we get best results, and we are getting also in the Diapara, in Jagaria, and lately in Vijayanagar. So let us see, now Vijayanagar. So in June 1980, I came to Vijayanagar. So I was there in Jagaria when the Father Provincial, the actual Archbishop of this Gandhinagar, told me that I was going to go to Vijayanagar. It was a little painful thing for me, because I got in love with the people, really I loved them very much. And why it was painful to me? Actually, because I thought that in the future it was a very developing in all the lines community. And I said, maybe something happened and goes down the whole thing. Well, I remember Father Conjet has died, and I was there in the cathedral there in Ahmedabad. And I got really anguish in my heart. Then I told Father Conjet, the body was there, obviously. I told him, you who are a holy man, you are no doubt in heaven. If there is the will of God, that I go to that new place. When I had told the provincial that why to change when the thing is going well, usually changes had taken place when the thing don't go properly. Then I told Father Conjet, if there is the will of God that I go to the new place, this anguish I have within me, let disappear. In a moment, the whole thing disappear. It is like this. God wants me to go there most happily. I don't care about the rest. What I want to do is what God wants me to do. And I was very happy to go to the new place. There, when I reached the Vijayanagar, I reached on the 1st of June 1980. I went there with Father the Superman.
Oh,
Urrutia. Yes, I went there with Father Urrutia. And when I reached there, the mission was built on a hillock, less than 1 acre of land. On one side was the Patelbas. On the opposite side was the Chamarvas. The other side was a small precipice. And the fourth one was a place to nowhere. and there was no possibility of expansion. Imagine, when I saw that, I said, you cannot build in a future mission station like this. So at once I arranged for a person to find out around if there is any land available. In 3 months already I had got 2.5 acres of land in the place where actually our mission station is there. And later on I got it till 10 acres of land. So I continue doing the work of Father Espasa, but obviously that place was so small. I remember kicking the ball, had to kick up into to the sky, because otherwise we'll go out of the property and somebody will take the ball. That it was, and at the same time, 3 different levels of about 12 feet difference between one another. It was this the place. So I bought land for 10 acres, and we started already doing education. At the beginning, we were sending the boys and to the school of the Vijayanagar, to the primary school, and also to the secondary also school. Little by little, we realized that the boys, they were not doing the progress that should have done. So we thought of the starting in our own primary. And we planned the whole thing like that. In the year 63, the sisters came. Already we had made the big the boarding that actually we have there. So our boys, all of them came to Saroli, to the new place, in the road towards Sidar. And in the girls, they are kept in the old called Upliguria. Upliguria, it was the place where the Father Espasa in the year 78 has built that new boarding. So we decided we shall start from the very beginning, primary, first till 4 standard, and afterwards every year 1 standard more, till we reach 8th standard, and afterwards till 10th standard. We hope to get all the permission from the government, and actually a little with some delay, but we got till we reach till 10th standard. This when we finished 10th standard, we got very good results. Actually, the results of they were by far the best in all that taluka of the Vijayanagar. And we asked for 11th standard. We started 11th standard, but the government pulled it down. So the high school of the Mancroda, this of the Vilora, took the exam of our boys and girls and continued going. Only in the year after 9 years, we got permission from the government to start 12th standard. But in the meanwhile, we were sending the boys and girls to the high school of the Vijayanagar, who were very happy, the principal were very happy to accept our boys and girls because we are far better than the rest. So the students had done pretty well. We are already 18 years of going on of 10th standard results. We had 500%, 590 and above percent, 80 and above percent. Only 1 year they retaliated against Bros district. We got only 34%. And the reason was because plenty of Bros district, plenty of the students of Savarkanda were getting this employment everywhere for teachers. So we got only 34%. It was the highest in the whole area. The second one was 16% only. And the important high school of Chitora got only 3%, the lowest in the whole of Gujarat. That it was one event in the whole history of the school. The 12th standard had done very well. 12th standard, we have 10 years. Out of 10 years, the 800% results. And at the same time, the two others a little less. But at the same, most of the results are distinctions and first classes. Now, at the beginning, Wisha Brothers was telling me that I shall not manage with this Adivasi voice in education. When we see these results, how God has blessed us through the work and the cooperation and also enthusiasm that these boys and girls, Adivasi boys and girls, has put in their studies, they have done so well. Second thing is about development. In development, when I reached there in the year 1980, agriculture was in the most primitive way. The people used to sow something, and the result was so poor. They used to consider the land, adjacent land of, for instance, of Patels, that they had different land. It was more or less the same because it was adjacent, but they considered different land. The reason was because they were using the same seeds that were getting from there. At the same time, also, never put fertilizers. You don't feed the land, the land doesn't give you. So, in the year 87, no monsoon took place. We asked one agency, Save the Children Fund, that it is very close to the Queen of England, for help. And she sent us 23 lakhs of rupees for the whole district of Sabarkanda. So in the district of Sabarkanda, we have it that we gave it to 3,000 these agriculturists, means farmers. We gave it the seeds and fertilizers. When they saw in their fields the crop, they couldn't believe their eyes. What is this? Is as good or better than the one of the Patels and so on and so forth, because they had used these good seeds and put fertilizers. It is true, we had done a good amount of wells at the beginning because irrigation is necessary. And lately, project we had of tube wells and submersible pumps. The tube wells in 3 hours make a perforation of about 200, 300 feet. And when there is water, there is plenty of water. Then the submersible pump that is put there, then brings out the water, and then instead of one crop, we have now 3 crops. The first one of the monsoon, if there is no proper rain, we have the submersible pumps to put the needed water. The second one, now they are having now. The wheat this year had extremely good crop. Coladil and company passed just a few days back from that. Said, Father, all things wheat, plenty of wheat, very good wheat. Yes, it is true. The whole thing has changed for better. And the third crop that usually they will get is this mug. Mug is a leguminous plant, and this leguminous plants, it is like this, that takes from the atmosphere nitrogen and puts in the roots, so makes the land again like a fertilized, at the same time young and renewed. So it's a perfect circle. It comes this the leguminous fertilizes the land. Afterwards comes the wheat, the makai or corn. Afterwards comes the wheat. So three crops, excellent crops. This, when I presented to Manos Unidas, who had me the help, the one in charge of this part of Asia, who is called Cayetana Iribarne Garay, he was very happy. He said, why? because I understand very well. I know this agriculture. I studied this agriculture. What you tell me, I understand perfectly well. That is the perfect circle that changed completely forward. Now, really, the farmers, they have their own very good income and has changed completely their situation for the future. Besides that of these three crops, Adu nowadays, thanks to one the catechist we have it, this Hirji John Patel, who was the outstanding in the agriculture also. You put Adu in the slanting land. Slanting, why? Because should not be collected water there. In that slanting land, you put Adu, and in a small this portion, like this room later more, you have plenty of it. One boy, already married with the children already in the school, that he has put that, and last year got it 70 mounds of Adu, 700 rupees a mount, 45,000 in a small place. Only thing has to be a slanting land with irrigation. That is a wonderful change of agriculture. Now many of Adivasis that are doing the top agriculture of seeds for the cotton, seeds for this or that, and that has done extremely well. More or less that. So the third one will be about the apostles. Eh? This of the agriculture is very important. Has changed completely. The three, when people from Kerbrahma, who had a special college, no, they say, "Oh, Father knows all these things." Obviously, I know. I am the son of a farmer, and I know how we are changing those plants that are leguminous to make the land more fertile, more younger. No, I know very well. So that was very useful for me to know that. Eh? So now about evangelization. Eh? We have 15 villages where we have twice in a month mass. We employ 10 catechists to look after 1 or 2 villages. We have usually is his own village, or he's looking after a village that is close by. Every month we have a meeting, and the second of every month we have the catechist meeting. In that catechist meeting we have the explanation of the gospel, or part of the speeches of the New Testament, and we arrange for the masses of the month. We speak about the good things and also good things that we are having during the month. Besides that, we used to have in the past, principally one catechist was outstanding catechist. His name was this Hirji by John Patel. He knew the people very well. He knew what were their fears, so matters and all that, no? And he used to put across the whole thing, and many people through him really came to become Christians. He was also in the way of, he was enjoying giving to the people Christ. It is an important thing, not to enjoy giving to the people what we are, for us, the best, that is in Jesus. And that is what he was enjoying, that thing. Every year we used to have also some of these retreats, 3-4 days. There's the Father Joe and also Victor used to come to give these retreats. Luis also used to come to give all these retreats there. We have about 3,000 Catholics. We have 7 sisters. 7 sisters in tons. 3 of them already there are already at BA BEd teaching in the high schools of then. Another one is one nurse who is working in the jungle there in Chhattisgarh. Besides that, we have another one, a Adivasi girl, obviously all of our Adivasis, all the sisters, and had done very well. She this PTC in the university and got first number, golden, the gold medal she got it in English. MSW, she's doing also. She's working with the HIV positive in Bhavnagar. Imagine they had 2,500 of them in Bhavnagar. Imagine 2,500. It will be lepers in the past. What? But they are doing that. And she has recently, CBCI had done some, asked for somebody to be a counselor, and among 12 people who went there, she became counselor. So the sisters, I said before, 7 of them already they had finished and they had taken the last vows. 3 of them they are already teaching in high schools. There are the BEd, and they are doing also MA. And some of them already are principals in the high schools in which they are teaching. Another one is a nurse working with the people of the jungle in Chhattisgarh. The 4th one is MWS or SSW. That is doing now 2nd year after finishing the whole thing. She is working with HIV patients in Bhavnagar. She told me lately they were supposed to have 1 counselor, and out of 12 who went for that, CBCI is running that. So she got chosen. There are 2,500 HIV positive who go to her for counseling in the meanwhile. Another one is they are in Baroda, in that place, what is called. So the 7 of them doing very well. Before yesterday, the provincial of the Sisters in Time was there at Vijayanagar and was very happy. They are doing very well, all 7 of them. So we have another 2 studying 2nd year of theology. So in 2 years, with the grace of God, will become 2 priests of the Vijayanagar. The one is called this Shantilal, the other one it is called Laxman. In 2 years, with the help, with the grace of God, they will become 2 priests for that side. So when I started studying, I went to Javier, the place where St. Francis Xavier was born. It was a wonderful and a wonderful high school. We were treated royally, principally spiritually, in the other lines also, in education and so on and so forth. A good many of those who are studying there who had been in India, a good many, majority. So we used to have, for instance, for 60 boys, used to have a spiritual father and used to look after us so well. I have 2 trials there at a time. One was scruples. Imagine a boy of 15, 16 with the scruples. It is easy to, when you are out of it, no? It's nonsense, but when you are going through, it's the most terrible thing. Another thing was the temptation against the presence of Jesus in the Eucharist. But at the same time, every day in the morning I used to enjoy my meeting Jesus in the Eucharist. I used to enjoy. But afterwards in the evening, the devil used to come Well, God allowed this to purify, because with the scruples and afterwards with temptations against faith, your spirit gets very much purified. You have to suffer plenty. It is true that when I went to the novitiate, I remember I have that temptation against faith of Jesus in the Eucharist. But one day I saw him. I saw him how? Not with these eyes. With the eyes I see people. Is Christ. And I was so happy until Jesus remain a little longer, child, remain a little longer. But disappeared. But gave it to me such a certainty that I cannot doubt anymore that Jesus is there. I cannot doubt. I know. I feel when I go into the chapel, and I talk to him. So nice conversation I had to him. Was the great blessing after a tough 2 years of temptations against faith. That it was what happened. It is true that after these two things, usually in my life I had not much of the trials. Just the opposite. I think that God treated me with sweets instead of hard bread. But, well, he wanted like that, more happy. His will be done. It is true that, for instance, one of the things I remember in one occasion in the novitiate, were 3 of us together going for a walk, twice in a week. And one fellow said, "How do you pray?" And one fellow says, "I'm praying that God gives me this, that God gives me maybe perseverance, maybe humility, and all that." I said, "I never prayed like that." "How do you pray?" "I pray that everybody come to know Jesus, that everybody love him and are safe and go to heaven. That is what I pray for." "You do like that?" "Yes, that is what I do." Later on I realized, you look after the kingdom of God, ask his justice, and the rest will be given to you. I care about his things. He cares about my things. He can much better. He does much better. That is what lately I realized. When I was going through, I didn't know that. That is true. That is, I trust completely in Jesus, because I know if I do in his work, he will do my work. And when I am running hostels of 300 boys and so forth, or even more than that, then I remember somebody asked me, "How do you feed them?" "Feed men? I don't feed them. Somebody else feeds them." I write every year 100 letters to benefactors. And every year has come what it was needed to run the whole institutions. Lakhs of rupees, but always has come. Never has taken place occasion in which I had a bill I cannot pay. Always. Not outstanding money, because I used to get what I needed. And that is why to thank God for so well that he does. It is true. I thank him and thank him. I realize that everything good I have is in God's gift. On my own, I am nothing. And God fills it with himself. Since I am nothing, then God fills with himself. When we want to be, God is saying, I have no place for me. I have no place for me. But if we give it completely, yes, I consider our Mother Mary saying, has seen the nothingness of his the servant. This is the thing. When you feel that I'm poor, then I am great. St. Paul says one occasion, when I am little, then I am great. This is when you leave everything to God, then God takes your thing and does wonderful things. A little like that. Beautiful, no? And really, it is reality. It is not. I never in the past used to say these things because I was feeling a little what to say, shy, yes, shy. But later I said, what not to say? Everything is God's gift. What nonsense. Everything I have good is because I have got from Him. And then, obviously, to say the good things that God has done with me, is His thing, no? That is it. More or less, eh?
Yes.
That's